So, of course, I'm giving the video just a second in order to catch up. So, not really fully ready to do a live, but feel the need in order to get one done, because we don't have time to waste. So, I wanted to check in and do a live because so much shit always going on. So that is a major frustration for me, especially trying to get back into the swing of things. Today, I wanted to take the time to really talk about COVID and vaccines. And the reason I want to do that is on many posts and every day, I'm seeing more and more of us that are refusing to take vaccines or have a position. And we want to say it and be real condescending and because we think we being woke. We ain't woke, we scared. And it's time that we go ahead and be real about that. Especially with school getting ready to start back. It's time to really hold a conversation about COVID. The fact that we are burying more and more people each week. I know for a fact my son has been to 4 funerals in the last 2 weeks. COVID even for me. Yes, I am vaccinated. And so people think that my position should be different because I'm vaccinated. But it's not. I'm going to double down on my position. But I want to tell y'all why. And before I say what I got to say, I'm going to say this. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Be vaccinated or don't be vaccinated. But the point is, whenever you take a position, know what you're talking about. What's disturbing to me is people that are taking the position of not getting the COVID-19 vaccine it's because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm the first to tell people that when they come to my people, we have a great level of distrust of the medical system, and we should. Not just because of Tuskegee experiment, not just because they stole and was doing cancer research for Henrietta Lacks's cells, from the day-to-day shit that happens every day. You're now seeing more and more when it comes to black people, black women having babies, and mortality rates and being ignored. Y'all know I done told y'all about many videos with my dad currently, to the point that Shans know if my name get mentioned, we about to shut some shit down. I understand that part of it. I tell people that all day long. Even with me, I wasn't one of the first people to get on the bandwagon with the vaccine because you got to see what's going to happen. The only way you know anything is by data and information that's collected. So I get that part. But I'm so sick of y'all saying when somebody give y'all a difference of opinion, oh, go do your own research. Don't listen to mainstream media. Well, I agree with that shit. I know most of you saying that don't do no goddamn research. And the reason that I know it, because I would actually type a goddamn post. That's how these live videos started. And people will come on the post and ask a question that's answered in the original post. So the fact that you won't take the time to read through something that's less than 170 characters, you can't tell me that you the mug that's doing research. So shut your damn mouth. Take the time to learn and listen to people who are taking time to do research. I'm going to talk to you about research. Research is not watching a damn YouTube video. Research is not finding an article that support what you feel and how you feel. Research is not, well, I thought about it so hard that it got to be so. Research is not because I found somebody else that agreed with me that's actual research. I want to make sure that. I want to talk first. There's 2 things going on. There's what we call anti-maskers, which are typically white people who don't want to be inconvenienced wearing a mask. Let's be real about this shit. I ended up with COVID, even though I am vaccinated, because I stopped wearing my goddamn mask. And I stopped wearing my mask because they did say that vaccinated people couldn't. But guess what? There wasn't enough research to support that. I see people now saying, well, oh, it's people that's died and they still was fully vaccinated. That's true. But let's talk about research. Out of the people that's fully vaccinated that died, is 1.3%. That's it. Out of everybody else that then died from COVID-19 is 97, 98 something percent. So at the end of the day, are you going to roll with, I got a 98 something percent chance to survive if I get vaccinated? Or are you going to roll with, I'm so stuck on being a part of the 1.3% that still die that I'm not going to get vaccinated? Make this shit make sense. Also, for a lot of you that's saying that you vaccinated and you not, just because your vaccination for COVID don't show up on your vaccination record, it's still in the goddamn system. Anybody can pull it up and see it. The reason that shit is so important is because you are selling people a line. You are helping more people be more fearful when we need more people to protect themselves. I can't say it enough. Even with my own children, they are just now starting to get vaccinated. There is a level of hesitation. But even with that deal, it's because they're watching and trying to figure out what's going on in order to do it. The purpose of the vaccination is to know you done did everything you could in order to protect your kids. Shit that I see that y'all don't know, when you get vaccinated, they can't guarantee effectiveness for 2 weeks. If you don't get your second dose within the time frame, it reduces the effectiveness. Pay attention to who's getting vaccinated. White people with money was the first people. Trump told y'all COVID was a lie, but he went and got secretly vaccinated. His wife did too. So my deal is, for me, I needed to see who was getting vaccinated and what vaccine they was getting. The deal is, Johnson & Johnson, the effectiveness is only 72%. Moderna and Pfizer is 95%. Pfizer is the only one that's approved for kids under the age of 18. So when you're thinking about vaccines, which one should you go with? Pfizer first or Moderna? This shit ain't rocket science. You're making it rocket science. And I need to say that. I need to say that because as we speak, I know right now a whole family that's in the goddamn hospital fighting for their lives as it pertains to COVID. Some vaccinated and some not. But some, and that's the point. I told y'all before when I did a video when I was sick back at the post office. Yes, even with me, I could not hold my head up. And it could have been so much worse. But I didn't get hospitalized. My body ached from looked like the hair follicles to the balls of my feet. But I didn't get hospitalized. So even for the fact of me being vaccinated, that makes the shit worth it. Delvin Ghostin put up a post. And when he put up the post, he was stating to get vaccinated because they were stating in the ICUs that 100% of the people that were in ICUs were unvaccinated. I wanted to be clear on that post because somebody chimed in and said, I got a family member right now. First of all, there's a lag in reporting. So at the time that the county could have reported it, they could have at that particular time. But numbers are numbers. At the end of the day, most of the people in the ICU are not vaccinated. That's what the fuck it is. I need us to stop pretending to be so damn woke and we sleep and literally it's fear. So what I wanted to do was get you information on vaccines. I said a lot of people say that they don't want to get vaccines in general because vaccines cause autism. There was one study done by a British researcher that has since been disproven. When the person did that, it was back in 1997, he actually got a monetary gain and literally his methodology in order to come up with it was wrong. But you got people refusing to vaccinate their children as it relates to that. But let me talk about some of you pretending to be woke motherfuckers that I know ain't. If your child going to school, your child vaccinated. Literally, kids get 14 vaccines before the age of 6. And what blow my mind is, right now, you stating how you're not going to get a COVID vaccine for your particular child. But tomorrow, if they told you in order for them to go to school, they had to be vaccinated, y'all will be flooding CVS and Walgreens. Your ass ain't woke like that. Additionally, I actually do support some people that are against vaccinations because of what's in them, because how they live their life. Meaning they are vegan. Meaning they utilize natural herbs and Eastern medicine. For them, it does not make sense to get a vaccination because of what you're putting in your body. But if you're a mug that take your child to McDonald's 3 times a week, shut the fuck up about how you're not going to do a COVID vaccine. All this shit in that is more dangerous. Literally, so many of us with the nutrition of our kids and processed foods are the ones causing mood disorders in our kids. Helping to increase anxiety in our kids by the food that we giving them. But you want to tell me how you're not going to give them a COVID vaccine. Literally, the fact of the matter is that some of you are so selfish that instead of just getting vaccinated to travel, you'd rather go get a fake vaccine card. This shit's stupid. The shit's stupid. Everybody dying. Everybody sick. Even with me, literally it's been more than 3 weeks and I'm better. I still have a residual cough. And I'm a person who actually did end up with pneumonia, but I didn't even have a cough when I got my pneumonia. Look at the data even prior to this when it comes, because I said another bunch of y'all picking people apart because getting together. The guidelines say don't get together. The guidelines tell you how to get together. Proximity, which means the level, the closeness that you are to people. Wearing masks is the single most important thing. Washing y'all goddamn hands. I'm looking at a lot of my Facebook posts and memories from last year. It's a lot of nasty motherfuckers. Literally, the fact that we're debating with people about why it's important to wipe down grocery buggies, why it's important to wipe the outside of the food off and sanitize, is a part of the reason we can't get rid of this stuff. And I'm sick of it and over it. I wanted to point out, though, back to vaccines in general. People are stating that they're against vaccines because what's in them. One of the things that actually is in vaccines are things like mercury, things like formaldehyde, things like aluminum. But I wanted to point out that even when you say that, that's only part of the story. So we're going to talk about the story, tell the whole story. First of all, mercury is in seafood. There is more mercury in seafood than there is in any vaccine. Being a person who eat a crab tray every day, what I look like saying I'm not going to get a vaccine because it got mercury in it, and the food that I eat got a great deal more mercury in it. Make the shit make sense. Even when it comes to formaldehyde, I wanted to go and find. And the reason I want to come to y'all with information is when y'all spreading this shit, know what you're talking about. Make an informed decision. I don't care what your decision is. I care when it's not informed. Formaldehyde, the amount that's actually in vaccines is much lower than the formaldehyde in the car exhaust, in our cleaning products, on our furniture, in the carpet, in the makeup that we pay $85 to go see a damn moor, and it got more formaldehyde in the makeup that we use than in the goddamn vaccine. But then we'll turn around and talk about vaccines. Formaldehyde is in paint. It's even in felt tip markers. So stuff that you use every day at work. I need you to all stop pretending like you woke because you came across a piece of information, but you're not passing along the whole and the entire amount of information. In the COVID vaccine, there is no fetal tissue. And you going around listening to what people are stating. Even one of my hesitations is that it looked like things were developed too fast. I took the time to go find out how the vaccine was able to be developed and that they bonded it to what's called mRNA. That's what's called research. So you understand that the way they developed the COVID vaccine has actually been in production for the last 20 years. For 2 goddamn decades. They turned around and were able to utilize that technology. Also, China, which we know is far ahead because we all got ongoing jokes about Asian Americans and how far they are ahead of us when it comes to science and math. They actually were able to give an outline and a blueprint in order to be able to develop the COVID vaccine. So while you sitting around here talking about how you woke about not getting the vaccine, our people around here dying. Our people are dying 3 times more than everybody else's. I don't know about you, but that fucks with me. That fucks with me if we can save each other's lives. What I just went through and my daughter had a panic attack in it one day. And mind you, it could have been so much worse. I could have been admitted into the hospital if I had not been vaccinated. I have kept my mouth off this conversation for so long, but when is enough going to be enough? 3 people that I know, the same day that Pastor Gates died from COVID. And it's our selfishness of refusing to mask up. It's our selfishness and our fear of refusing to get vaccinated. It's our selfishness of refusing to use basic damn common sense. Y'all really think that this some shit worth bucking grain on and people dying behind it. But all the other shit that I need y'all to buck the grain on, y'all don't. I seen some people post that if their job make them get a vaccination, they're going to quit their job. But if you did the right goddamn thing, it wouldn't even be up in discussion. Take some ownership of the shit that we do and the shit that we don't do. That's the point, and that's the puzzle piece. We got parents. I understand your kids going off to college, getting in the goddamn car, knowing they don't feel good, driving in an enclosed car with people that they love, and then everybody got COVID. People dying. My son's great-grandmother died. At the funeral, there were other family members that were COVID positive. Really? Really. And this not the first time. There are many, many cases of people being COVID positive, still going out, still going to restaurants, still going to the grocery store, still going to funerals. Then y'all wonder why it becomes mandated, because it's too many selfish people. It's too many ignorant ass people walking around. That's why this keep getting bad. Black and white. Black and white. What's so sad to me is people are counting on the disinformation. And that's what's happening. Even too, and I understand that we lost a minor. And then one person posted and say he got the shot. But what the hell does the shot mean? Because being fully vaccinated is 2 shots. Being fully vaccinated is 2 shots with the damn appointments at the particular time. And that's the point. And I'm not stating that that's not the case and that's what happened, because we know 1.3% of people still died. But when y'all spew that stuff and you spew it without the background, when you don't tell the full story, all it does is increase the numbers of other people who refusing to do what needs to be done. And all we're doing is making it worse. I don't know about y'all, and if that y'all can't see it, they literally finna shut schools and everything else down again. And a part of it is lack of vaccinations, lack of masks, lack of reducing the amount of people in social gatherings. Then we're going to sit and complain how we trapped in the house. Then we're going to sit and complain how our kids can't learn online. But if we actually take the time to do some proactive shit to help protect each other and admit that you're scared. Admit, my hesitation for vaccine, I was scared. I needed more information. Say that. Go to somebody and get the information that you need. Admit to yourself that you're too lazy to go get the research that you need in order to make an informed decision. Somebody else just said they lost their friend last night to COVID. Make it make sense. I literally went down Delvin Post, and sometimes I engage and some I don't. And all I can say is it's too many woke-ass people that sleep. Literally, he had people telling him, you need to stop spreading this. You're going to get people killed by listening to you saying going to get vaccinated. Are you serious? Are you serious? And I'm just shaking my head, literally, because all of the data, all of the statistics, all of the stuff shows that vaccination is the better route. But then what blows my mind is, how do we get rid of polio? How do we reduce mumps, measles, and rubella? How do we reduce diphtheria? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I keep saying that all the time because we get on this little blue app. We keep pretending like we somebody. We keep pretending like we know shit that we don't. But today I'm sick of it because people are dying to the point that the number of people we know that have died in car accidents and everybody that's being shot, killed, shot, injured, I don't even know whether I'm coming or going. So I know a lot of y'all can't know that y'all coming or going. Then we even talking about COVID deaths, but how many people do you know that are suffering with COVID right now that you're scared and don't know that somebody that you love if they gonna make it or not? You know, you getting stories that their organs and shit are shutting down. That enough is worth trying to do the right thing and overcoming your fear. That enough is worth trying to learn and know and understand to make an informed decision. Whatever your decision is, that's what it is. I don't even have my voice back and sitting on the live video. And even too, like I stated, I've been past my 14 days for about a week now. I didn't even feel up to it. But I had to because there's too many people that I know personally right now. And my final point to y'all, stop clogging up the goddamn emergency room. Stop doing that. Stop going to the emergency room for pregnancy tests. Stop going to the emergency room because you drank too goddamn much and you need a note for work. If you ain't got a doctor, go get you a goddamn doctor. I've been telling y'all that for years. Because all you're doing is reducing the capacity and the ability of the people that care for the people that's in there. Shands has more COVID patients now than they ever had, even from the beginning of the pandemic. And what is happening is there are people in medically induced comas in the emergency room because ain't no goddamn beds. And literally, you increasing your risk of getting COVID by going to the goddamn hospital for shit you shouldn't be going to the hospital for. Stop going to the hospital for STD tests. Stop going to the hospital for toothaches. That's, first of all, anybody that goes to the emergency room knows they're going to do the very minimum and the very basic. Somebody 18 hours, honey, I know somebody, they moved from Kanapaha to Spring Hill by ambulance because they had been in one of them for more than 24 hours. And that's what I need people to know and understand. Then we're overworking the people that are providing care. So then what happens then? When you got staff shortages, when you don't have beds, more people die. That's what happens. There's too much strain that's actually even being put on people. You can go get a COVID antigen test from Walgreens for $20. You go to CVS where I got tested through their drive-through testing so you don't have to infect anybody else. And you can call and make an appointment. I started having symptoms 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. I had an appointment the very next morning. And they're free. They're free. So literally, testing is free if you go to CVS or Walgreens and places like that. They $20 if you purchase them your goddamn self. Why would you go clog and sit up in the emergency room? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Just the strain that you create. Even past this, stop going to the emergency room for dumb shit. You wasting up resources, you wasting up time, you wasting up effort, you waste energy. That also shows that you don't go to the doctor on a regular basis and do some preventative shit. So then when you turn around and the major shit be going on, then you want to say you don't trust the medical field because you didn't do the preventive shit in order to take care of yourself, which goes back to why you won't go find out the information to understand why the vaccine is so goddamn important. I can't make any of it make sense. Do what you want after you watch this video. That's on you. But I took the time to put the information out there in order for you to reprogram your thought process. Do what you want. Also, for people that are getting vaccinated, we don't have to be so condescending. And because we know what's going on, we got to understand that people don't have the same knowledge level of us. So there is a level of compassion that has to come with it. But take the time. Look at it. I'm in a full sweat. This is something that is a long-term effect of COVID. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. But as I'm stating it to you, it could have absolutely been worse. I did not get admitted. I didn't have to go into a medically induced coma. There are so many other things that could have happened if I had not been vaccinated. I need people to know and understand. I got COVID a whole year after my children got it. It's out there. It's real. I need people to know and understand that even if you've already had it, you can get it again. I need you to know if you've had it, you still need to get vaccinated. Enough is enough. And that's the point. Even as it relates to concerns and things like that, I wanted to be the person that had a conversation and tell you, I understand why you're scared. I understand why there's distrust. But the next step is we got to walk into bubblegum. While we having that conversation, I also need you to know the importance of doing it and why it should get done. Also, that's the third piece. Why you want to be so goddamn woke about vaccines and different things like that. If you a person that's eating processed food, if your ass ain't vegan, if you don't make natural soaps, you can't tell me you're not gonna get vaccinated by any vaccine. If you are a person that's your particular lifestyle, then it does make sense that you choose not to be vaccinated. That's an informed decision. That's what I'm saying. Whatever your decision is, make an informed decision, but own that shit. Don't not get vaccinated and then lie and say you got vaccinated. When somebody that you love refuses to get vaccinated and they get COVID and they die, they're going to the ICU, don't lie and put that misinformation out there. Because all you're doing is making it worse for people who need to be vaccinated. That's what it is. And that's what I'm saying. Nothing is 100%. I'm not discrediting particular cases. I'm a vaccinated person that had COVID. I get that. Data is showing, you got to wait on data, that people that are fully vaccinated. But what I'm stating to you is you change your odds by getting vaccinated. You change your odds by getting the people you love vaccinated. You change the odds by washing your hands and wearing masks. You change your odds by being particular about where you go. So I don't know, and I ain't a gambling woman because I'm serious about my goddamn money. The one thing about it is, though, I'm going to always make a calculated and an informed decision. That's what I'm asking y'all to do. You got additional questions? I'm not starting to feel better. Reach out. We'll get you the information that you need. We will help you. If you actually do, I think it's COVID Vaccination Finder, you can actually put in which vaccination that you want and looking for and put in your zip code, and it'll tell you where to go and get it. Too much information is available. So if that's for everybody who says that the vaccination is a goddamn conspiracy, the first people who got vaccines were white people with money. They were elected officials. So when I say that, I'm not just saying that it's white people with money. There were people who flew from other countries who paid $10, $12, and $18,000 to get over here in order to be able to get a free vaccine. So I'm going to state for the final time, look at who's got vaccinated and look at the vaccine that they got. And that's what you roll with. So that's, if you want to be woke, then that's what you do to make an informed decision. So the fact that it was white people with money getting vaccinated tells me I need to be getting vaccinated. I don't know about you, but y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.